the tournament director of the Valspar Championship, our good friend, Tracy West. Hello, Tracy. How are you?
Hey, Jay. I'm doing fantastic. We have 2 weeks to go to the Valspar Championship.
It's amazing when somebody said the number the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, it'll be here before you know it. My first time getting out on the course on Monday to finally be able to play, because all these years for media day, I always have to rush back to the radio station, but I get a chance to play. And thank you to you and everybody there for letting us play for as long as humanly possible. It was so funny. Aaron Jacobson and I, we looked like a couple of wet animals when we were done, and we were like, we got 12 holes in. It was awesome, though. We had such a great time. So thank you to everybody over there for letting us go out there and play in inclement weather. And just shout out to everybody that actually was out there. Dave Randorf, we were right behind him. And we were like, I never thought I would enjoy a hot shower as much as I did Monday afternoon. But how great was that on Monday to be able to see so many people out there?
I cannot believe you guys went out and played after media day. That wasn't just a sprinkle. Inclement weather is, you're being kind. Obviously, it's beautiful weather all the time, right? And the one day it's media day, it pours. But it was still a great day because we had a really wonderful morning and announcement.
You got that right. Yeah. And we every year when my parents now make it a destination every single year now. They come down from New York, Valspar weekend. They're so excited. We love sitting by the green there on the 8th hole. And I parred the 8th hole the other day. So I was very happy. And for me, I was like, stay out of the rough, stay away from the sand. And I was just so proud. It's like my favorite hole now. But yeah, so exciting. And listen, the announcement you just alluded to there, through 2030. I mean, it's incredible. I'm talking to Ronde Barber after it. He goes, Jay, this is a big deal. It's a big deal. I mean, to have this sponsorship with Valspar through 2030, Tracy, I mean, to be able to have this PGA event stay here in in the Tampa Bay area, what a great thing.
Yeah, it really, truly is a great thing for this community, not only for Valspar, but obviously for this community. I mean, to have a PGA Tour event, right? There's only 46 of them, right? So to be a community, to have a PGA Tour event, all our neighbors and friends be able to come out and watch the finest pros, in the game, be playing right in front of them, so just instead of just watching on TV, it's a big deal. And the economic impact, I mean, we generate about a $65-70 million annual economic impact into the community. Charity, obviously last year we gave 1.36. We're hoping to do, similar numbers this year. Since the tournament's inception in 1977, we've given over 51 million. So it's a big deal for the community. And plus the coverage that we get on Golf Channel and on NBC, not only in the United States, but in over 220 countries. We're representing the Tampa Bay community and hopefully encouraging tourism, throughout the year to come and not only say, hey, I'm going to go play that Copperhead course at Innisbrook, but whoa, look at those beautiful beaches. Look at everything else there is to do. So it's a big deal for this community.
Yeah, and it's so funny you say that because we were at the Army-Navy game up in Boston a couple of years ago and we saw Rob Gronkowski and we were talking about the Valspar and he goes, Jay, I had so much fun dancing up there on the deck. It was a blast. He's like, I don't know if I've ever had that much fun at a golf tournament before. And I was just like, oh my gosh, we need to get Tracy on the phone and send this video to her. But it's just, that's the thing, right? I mean, how crazy is that it's, even though it's a great golf tournament, right? And you said it's one of what you said, 46?
Mm-hmm.
One of 46, yes. Right? But the way that everybody gets together from Team Tampa Bay, when you see everybody interact, when you see all the professional sports teams, the local dignitaries, I mean, that's got to make you feel good that you get so much input and so much love and involvement from people here in our area.
Absolutely. I mean, the tournaments are happening, right? I mean, we've morphed, over the years since Valspar became title sponsor in 2014. They really made a strong effort to say, how do we make sure that this isn't just golf fans, or avid golf fans coming out and watching the Valspar Championship? How do we really, truly make it a community happening? So we made a concerted effort to take what was our tagline of the most colorful PGA Tour tournament in the world and really live that, not only literally what you see on the golf course, but figuratively. So adding the concerts, all the extra fan enhancements that we do. In fact, we were just named by the PGA Tour the most fan-first event on the PGA Tour, meaning
Nice.
that we've got the most amount of things and interesting things for fans to come out and do. So it truly is happening. Gronk can come out and have a great time, just like everyone else. And as you said, Team Tampa Bay is really involved. I mean, we have partnerships from all the major teams, in Tampa. I mean, the Bucks are out here doing stuff, the Lightning, the Rays, they've been super supportive over the years. So it's kind of, if you're not coming out to the Valspar Championship at least one day, you're missing out. And where were you, right? You have to be here.
It's a FOMO event. You get fear of missing out. I'm at least a 2-day guy. I'm a Friday, Sunday, because it's just, I remember when we were playing, I forgot one of the holes, and Keegan Bradley a couple of years ago, I was following him around, and I'm like, man, this hole doesn't look too difficult. All of a sudden he hit one into the water. And then when I played it the other day, I'm like, that's why, and that's another thing too, Tracy, right? When you look at this course, and we've heard this from players over the years, it really is. This is not easy for them to be able to come out here. It challenges their game and really kind of kickstarts them as they get really into gear for the PGA season.
Yeah, they really do. I mean, the golf courses, starting off in Hawaii and the West Coast swing, while they can be tough, they truly go up a notch when they get to the Florida swing. These 4 golf courses on the Florida swing are not easy, and they're tough. And that really kind of gets them going into, their prep for the Masters and then all the majors coming from there on out. And the Copperhead truly is probably the most similar of the 4 Florida courses, to Augusta National, right? At least I'm not comparing us to Augusta National, but certainly, the most similar. And it's a tough track. I mean, it is not often that someone in double digits, under wins, right? It's usually a single digit, someone's, only 8 under, 9 under, when they win this tournament. They're not, put it this way, no one's shooting 20 under. No, watch this year that'll happen. But no one in general is shooting, 20 under, on the Copperhead and winning.
Yeah, and as the local pro I said the other day, don't be a hero when that ball goes into the rough. Just take your medicine, get it back in the fairway, and go. And it's funny because you have to go out there and experience it yourself. I'm like, oh man, I think I got a good lie here. I took one shot. I go, time to take my medicine, just put it back in the fairway, right? And it's just like, it's amazing how difficult, but it's so fun. And I love the course, and to be able to walk it and actually play it for once, it was amazing. How important is Ronde Barber to this whole thing, Tracy? Because he's such a face of this whole operation, and one of the most beloved athletes in the history of Tampa Bay sports, and he's smack dab in the middle of everything for you guys.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, he's a gem, right? I mean, he loves this tournament so much. He first and foremost loves the Tampa Bay community, right? I mean, he chose to stay here after retiring. They could have moved, and they chose to stay. He and his family. So he loves this area. And we're really, he can get pulled in a lot of different directions, right? So he made a conscious effort to make sure that the tournament, the Valspar Championship and Copperhead Charities, is his give back. Right. So everything that he does for the most part in the community revolves around, the tournament. And he loves golf. He's obviously, a single digit, almost a +1 himself. So he loves golf, but he's involved more than just name only. Right. A lot of people think, oh, okay, he's just general chair. He's lending his name to the tournament. Oh, no. I mean, he is involved. I mean, he does anything and everything that we ask, not only just from a media perspective, but really going out and meeting with our sponsors, traveling when we need to, do things for Valspar. I mean, he is all in, and he couldn't love the event anymore in what it does. So he just wants everyone to come out, right? And be a part of this tournament, come out and sponsor, come out and buy hospitality tickets, just grounds tickets, just be here, right? So he would love nothing more than to have, another 120,000 people out here, for the week and watch the Valspar Championship. And he deserves it, right? I mean, he meant a lot to this community. So people should, even if they're not a golf fan, just come out and support Ronde.
I like that. I like that mindset. I tell people that all the time. It's like, you don't have to like golf. I just come out here. Like, my mom's not the biggest sports fan, but she loves it. Like, she booked the trip down here before even asking my dad. And my dad golfs every day. They're both retired now. My mom's like, I already booked the tickets for March. I already saw. I went on ValsparChampionship.com. She's all about it. She's ready to go. But you mentioned Ronde. Yeah, last year we were off air, Zach and I, and Ronde still came over and he was like, hey, let's cut a video so we can spread the word about the Valspar. I was just meeting with sponsors here and there, and I was just like, that's the thing. That's the extra. That's that extra mile that people like Ronde go. That is part of the reason why the Valspar is so great. I loved the discussion the other day with Peter Malnati, and he's such a unique individual, right? Like, he's got the bucket hat. I love the question from our guy, Bob Herrick, a longtime cover of the PGA, and asking about Tiger Woods and going back and forth. And Peter's going to be back. And there's also, 500 bucket hats to people. What day is that?
Yeah, so on Thursday we're going to. So we're all in on Peter Malnati. He may not be. We're all in. So he's obviously our defending champ this year, and he may not be the biggest name, pro in the world, and he used the word journeyman, etc. But he is the nicest guy. So we are all in on Peter. So on Thursday we're going to do after he's done with play, so roughly around 5:30, 6 o'clock, we're going to honor him on the first tee. And play some videos, and we've got some special gifts for him, and Ronde's going to MC it and so forth. But as part of that day, the first 500 fans that come through the gates on Thursday are going to get a free bucket hat. And it's in the color blue. So Valspar's color of the year is called Encore. And it's a blue, actually pretty similar to the background of your screen, real close. Mm-hmm. Did you do that on purpose?
I did.
So the first 500 fans are going to get an Encore blue bucket hat. And then actually it's really going to be neat all week long. All our volunteers, all our copperheads, our ambassadors and so forth are going to be wearing bucket hats all week instead of the standard baseball cap. So it's just our little way of giving Peter a nod and how proud we are that he was our champion this past 12 months.
Yeah. And it's one thing that I try to tell people too, Tracy, is that you never know. These people could, like, the guys that may be under the radar, they could be huge names. Because I remember Jordan Spieth, right? And Jordan Spieth was a bit, but he wasn't the Jordan Spieth that we see now, right? And I remember interviewing one day, like, I really like this kid. He wins the tournament. There's other names too, like Akshay Bhatia. I got a chance to interview him a couple years ago, and I go, this skinny dude, and watching him being able to rip it, and now he's one of the better players in the world, interviewing Nick Grabelsic and Kevin Roy and some of these guys, and it's just been fantastic. So I tell people that too. All right, maybe you may not know certain players, but keep an eye on this guy, because there'll be a power before you know it. And I think when you have a guy like Justin Thomas, that was the big announcement the other day. I mean, he really is one of the faces of golf. Tracy, how exciting is it to be able to have him there? And are we expecting any other names announced over the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, we sure are. So the pros have until 5 p.m. the Friday before the tournament to actually commit. So I'm still in discussions, I would say, with another dozen players at least. Some we already know, aren't going to play. Yeah. But there's at least another dozen, pretty nice, prominent names that are considering playing. And I'm not saying I'm going to get all dozen, but I do expect another big handful of announcements. And we already have a great field. So as you mentioned, Justin Thomas, we do have Akshay Bhatia here. We've got Sam Burns here. We've got, Kevin Kisner here. We've got, Molinari here. I mean, Tommy Fleetwood. I mean, yes. The list goes on. And we do put the list on valsparchampionship.com. But yeah, you can expect some other announcements from me over the next, 2 weeks.
I love it. Will Zalatoris, another big name that people love to follow. And Sam Burns has almost become like the guy that he's like the Valspar guy from everybody I talk to, right? Being a guy that's won and goes out there and he plays against some of these big boppers on the tour. And it's almost like that's one of our, when a player wins the Valspar, it's almost like they're ingrained in the Team Tampa Bay forever, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You feel like they're your child now, right? That they're your brother or your son or whatever, right? That they're part of your family. And we absolutely feel that way. I mean, we're ecstatic every time we have one of our past champions. Gary Woodland, who just won the PGA Tour Courage Award yesterday. He's coming back. Basically, we have every defending champion, past champion that is still eligible to play coming back, with the exception of Jordan, and I'm still waiting. So we're still trying to get that, Jordan over the line. If he ends up playing, we'll have everyone that is eligible to play. So that's a testament to their win, the how we treat them, and their love of the Copperhead course.
How was that process for you, Tracy? And I have this conversation with Lightning general manager. I'm here at Amalie now. And I say, well, what about the trade deadline? And he goes, Jay, puts his hand on my shoulder. He goes, Getting this team better is a 365 day a year job. It doesn't just happen around the trade deadline. I feel like it's the same thing with you, where even when the tournament's over, like the week after, it's like, all right, now we're worried about next year. Like, it doesn't stop for you, does it?
No, it doesn't. I mean, you're continually trying to build your relationship with them, right? And trying to make sure that when you not only ask them to play, there's that, they got to look you in the eye, and they're your friend now. And so if they're not going to play, they have to at least consider it. And then when you need them to do things throughout the year for you, or during tournament week with different sponsors and so forth, the better you have a more personal relationship with them, it's helpful. And then, I have the extra beauty of managing another PGA Tour event, on behalf of ProLink Sports, our company. So the 3M Open in Minneapolis, which is in July. So I'm out probably a little more often, than some other PGA Tour tournament directors, because I'm trying to do this twice a year. So,
oh my gosh.
But yeah, they're independent contractors. It's not like a team, right? Where you're building your team, and but it's 365.
Tell us a little bit more about all the events that we have going on. I know Jordan Davis is a huge star. Every year it's a big time star. Just tell us about Jordan Davis and everything else that we got going on. And of course, everybody can go check it out, valsparchampionship.com. But what are some of the big things that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, so Jordan Davis is a huge country act. So every year on Saturday night, we have a big concert. So we're lucky that Innisbrook has 3 different golf courses. So they have 2 different ranges. So we take the second driving range and build a huge concert stage. I mean, this is a full-fledged concert.
Yeah.
We'll have about 12 to 14,000 of our Saturday ticket holders wander on over and watch the concert, which happens right after play. So that concert's included in your Saturday ticket. So Jordan Davis is playing, so we're really excited about that. So that's a lot of fun. But really, it's just the fun food and activities every day. There's a different theme every day to what's happening at the tournament. But I think the biggest thing, Jay, is that how fan-friendly but family-friendly we are.
Right.
So kids 15 and under are free. Where else do you get to go and bring your kids for free? So kids 15 and under are free with a paid adult. So that's huge. We do a lot of comp tickets and discounted tickets for our military.
Right.
So if you're active duty or military retired, you get 2 comp tickets every day. And then we feed you in our Patriots Outpost. Or if you're served but didn't retire, there's discounts. And then this year, Thursday, on behalf of Jable, we are doing kind of a nod to our first responders, for everyone that dealt with the hurricanes the last fall and summer. So the first 500 first responders get 2 comp tickets on Thursday. So we try and do a lot of things like that. And then unique things like on Sunday, we work with AmeriLife and Feeding Tampa Bay and ask everyone to bring a non-perishable food item. And you might you'll be entered in to win 2 Delta Airline tickets.
Right.
We do things like Color Scouts, Valspar Color Scouts. So if you come so we have 20 to 25 volunteers every day with big backpacks full of prizes. We basically give out 2,500 prizes every day. So if you come dressed colorfully to the tournament and one of our scouts see you, you might get, a concession coupon, a pair of sunglasses.
Oh, that's great.
A kid's cape. The list goes on and on. So we do a lot of stuff on our website that really tells you what's happening every day. And it's more than just golf. It's a lot of fun.
No, 100%. And that it's so funny because somebody was talking about that on Monday, and I said, man, I really got to me with my crazy shoes. I think I got to do something crazy and wear a wild color or something like that so I can stand out. I'm going to embarrass my parents because they're never with me when I wear these crazy shoes. But I mean, that's what happens. The Valspar makes you want to be more colorful, right, Tracy?
Yes. It's not often, we're really lucky to have a paint company as our title sponsor, right? So we're able to activate and do a lot of fun things. Not that you can't with a different type of title sponsor in an industry, but I'll take a paint company any day, right? It's a lot of fun.
You got that right. Before I let you go, just tell me about because just listening to some of the representatives, Sherwin-Williams and Valspar, they seem so proud to be able to work with you guys, right? I've been to a lot of those kind of luncheons and breakfasts and things like that, and sometimes it's very cut and paste, very, very dry. There's like a real appreciation for what you guys do there. What is that relationship like?
Yeah, there's a real bond, right? I mean,
It is.
Valspar is not, not headquartered here, and then they were purchased by Sherwin-Williams, and they're
Yeah.
headquartered in Cleveland. So they're not headquartered here, but they really now view Tampa Bay as almost like their second hometown, right?
Yeah.
As a company and a corporation, and they've been really proud of what they've been able to accomplish in this community, and they're all in. I mean, they love this event. They not only bring all their customers, they have started over the years a supplier program where they've got 40 to 45 different supplier partners that now sponsor the tournament and come down. Some of those from throughout the world. I mean, we've got suppliers that have come in from Korea and China to come attend the tournament. So Valspar utilizes this in their business in a bunch of different ways, which is terrific.
Yeah, it is amazing. And again, for more information, valsparchampionship.com. It's a great website because it's all the information on there. Get on out there. If you've never been to the Valspar, I mean, first off, why not? Don't have FOMO, because I know one of the Lightning guys is like, hey, I'm going to be on the road. I'm going to miss it. And he was like crestfallen today. He was so upset. He's like, I can't believe I can't be there. And I was like, well, they'll always be next year, but you don't want to wait until next year. Get there this year, just in a couple of weeks. It'll be here before you know it. Valsparchampionship.com has got all of the information there. Tickets on sale now, March 17th to the 23rd. Copperhead course there at Innisbrook, the one and only, the tournament director, Tracy West. Tracy, thank you so much for your time. It's always fun catching up with you, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. And fingers crossed it'll be a lot drier than it was on Monday.
A lot drier, and you better be dressed colorfully, and I'll come find you on the 8th green.
You're the best. Thanks, Tracy.
Thanks, Jay.
You got it. Take care.